Thanks so much for joining us today on Tunnel Talk, Abbie. We're going to take some time to get to know you a bit better and chat about your rugby and your teammates. So I think we'll take 60 seconds or so to get to know you a bit better. So I've got 5 quickfire questions here to start us off.
Okay.
Okay.
No pressure.
No pressure. Okay, they're quite easy, so should be fine. Okay, birthplace.
Dumfries.
Current location.
Bristol.
The age you started playing rugby at.
12.
Nice. Career highlight so far.
World Cup, Grand Slams,
Nice.
and Premiership titles.
Nice, lots there. And biggest sporting achievement outside of rugby.
Ooh. That's a tough one.
Any netball in there?
Yeah, like county hockey, county football, athletics. Yeah.
Okay, not bad at
All like lower level.
Brilliant. Okay. All right, so we'll start with England. Obviously, amazing series win recently over New Zealand, and you made your 50th cap recently against Canada. So how was that experience? And of course, making it alongside the one and only Poppy Cleal at the same time. How did you find it?
Yeah, the autumns was amazing. Like for the squad in general, like what a great set of games to have. New Zealand back to back. I mean, it's never happened in my career. It's very rare that you kind of get a series of games like that, and then to also, not stop there, but then have Canada and USA. I think as a squad, we'd had a long pre-season, we'd had camps back in summer, so it was nice to actually finally get a run of games, and I think everyone was just so excited, buzzing to play, get on the field, and actually put everything that we'd been doing on the training park on the pitch in a game scenario and see, is this going to work? How are we going to go? But hopefully, like, the results speak for themselves. I think we all enjoyed it on field, but also off field. I think we really grew really strong together as a squad and enjoyed those rare moments when we could relax or downtime or after a game. And then in terms of me personally, obviously to get my 50th cap, I mean, each cap I never take for granted, but 50 was special. Like you said, alongside Poppy, a player who's been on, phenomenal form. And like a mate of mine was a great day at the Stoop, which is a ground which, although I'm not at Harlequins anymore, it's still a really special ground to me. So all in all, to be honest, it was a great autumns and one that I'll always look at really fondly.
Lastly, with England, in all honesty, did you expect New Zealand to be as rusty as they were? I mean, no disrespect to them, obviously reigning world champions, but were you surprised at the half-time mark in the first test against them? You'd obviously crossed the whitewash twice. Going into the changing room, were you a little taken aback by how far ahead England were?
I'd say no, but only because I was probably more surprised by the full-time score than the half-time score, because we've been in games with them previously where we have been ahead by a little bit at half-time, and that it's not going to be that easy in the second half. They've got the ability to bounce back. I also think, everyone's spoken about how, were New Zealand rusty? Had they not played? I think they have played like they've played against themselves, which is some of the best opposition in the world. Like New Zealand play New Zealand, that's phenomenal. And actually, I think, to an extent, you've really got to credit the work that England have done, because we probably just didn't allow them to play. So I think, yes, there is a little bit about them being rusty, maybe having not played or not trained together as much. But I think it's probably more credit to the work that the girls had put in before the autumns to actually impress our game plan onto New Zealand. But I have no doubt that they will be a change side the next time we play them.
And moving on to Clubland, you've recently moved to Bristol Bears at the beginning of this season. And for viewers that don't know, you're obviously married to Dave Ward, who's now the Bristol women's head coach. How did your transition from Quins to Bristol come about? Did Dave apply for the role and then sort of say to you, would you consider switching Quins for Bears? How did the move kind of come about?
I had a great 4 years at Harlequins. I think it's done so much in terms of developing my game, but I think I probably got to the point where I needed a new challenge, especially with the forwards coach leaving at the time and with the uncertainty. So I was looking at potential moves. It was made a lot easier. Obviously, Dave applied for the job, got the role as the head coach. But for me, it's not as simple as, oh, he's got the role, I was going to follow him there. So basically, I went and looked around the facilities, which are incredible. I think they're the best, probably, women's facilities in the world, I'd say. I spoke to the coaches there, obviously Dave, but Pat Lam, and the amount of investment that they had, and their belief in the women's programme. And I think, you know, at previous clubs, people that I've spoken to along my road of playing rugby, a lot of people have shared views, but I've never really seen it materialise. Whereas going there, you know, really seeing the investment that they were putting in, for me, was huge. It's something that I really wanted to be part of. And as well, like off field, personally, you know, it's such a nice move to be closer to family. So as I always say, there's a lot to be said for a happy rugby player. Like, a happy person makes a good rugby player, like when you're settled in life. So it's really nice for us to be like closer to family, closer to home. Obviously, Dave grew up here. But from the rugby side as well, I think it is the best setup, the best facilities, the best coaching, I think, in the world right now.
Okay, and so we've got some quick fire questions just to finish us off before we head into just getting to know a few of your teammates a bit better. But are you ready for some quick fires?
Yeah, ready.
Okay. Favorite alcoholic drink?
Gin.
Fly
That was
half.
quick, wasn't it?
That was actually so quick. You know. Fly half or prop?
Fly half.
Messy or neat freak?
Neat freak.
What's a habit you find most annoying?
Eating with your mouth open.
Favorite film or series?
We're watching Prison Break at the minute, so.
Addictive. Favorite England teammate?
Sarah Hunter.
Favorite cheat meal or snack?
Pizza.
And your hobby outside of rugby? Could be anything as to walking the dog, baking.
Drinking coffee.
Great answer. Okay, and just lastly, so we've got 5 names here from England and Bristol, your teammates. You have to describe them in one word. Poppy Cleal.
Tenacious.
Eleanor Snowsill.
Lovely.
Leanne Infante.
Quick.
Sarah Byrne.
The best. That's 2 words.
Jasmine Joyce.
Lightning.
Yeah, nice. I like that. You gave that thought, but you were also quick.
Well, yeah, because Leanne is quick, like, as in everything that she does is quick, like to the point.
Yeah.
Not just like running, but just everything.
Oh, really?
But then, yeah, but Jazz is like another level.
Really? Yeah. She's amazing.
I'd actually, you know, Jazz has got some good competition at club as well, because Grace Crompton, I would love to see them in a race, because I don't know who I'd put my money on.
Let's arrange it.
Get it done. We pass. Get it done.